There we go.
Just going to watch. Watching. Andy, are you there? Why is no one else in here? Oh wait, here it is. Here's the links. In that page. Wait. Copy. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good, welcome.
Sorry it took us a minute. Annie, was Annie just here? Let's see. Here's the link. All right. Lauren, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good. Where are you at?
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
You are.
All right.
Nice. So are we.
Oh my gosh, you guys enjoying the weather?
Yes, I love it.
It's been so nice lately.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I thought Annie was here just a second. I'm going to post our link in the Facebook group. All right.
Okay.
That was me.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. So as soon as we get everyone on, then we can get this show started.
Perfect.
Okay, so big.
Huh.
Oh, she can't turn on her video. I'm not sure. Doesn't show that she's here.
What about Katarina?
I'll send her a message. All right. Make sure it's the same link. Copied it from 2 different places. All right, Lauren, sorry about this.
Yeah, thanks for being patient.
Appreciate your patience. I think Annie's in here, but she can't get her video to work. And I just sent Katerina the link again, so.
Lauren, was there any issues with pulling out the links from the assignment for leading up to this distance session? Was it clear?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. This is all kind of working out the kinks here, first time around.
So far, everything's been really smooth.
Awesome.
Good. What part of Denver do you live in?
I live for like I-70 and Federal.
It's like really close to where we are.
We're very close to I-70 and Federal. What's the side street?
I live off of 50th and Meade.
50th and Meade, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're on 27th and Irving.
Oh, wow, you guys are really close.
Yeah, it's funny. We'll have to meet in person maybe next time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, I'm not sure. It's so weird. So Annie said that she can watch the video, but she can't. So weird.
Hi.
Hi, Rita.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Sorry for the confusion.
It's fine.
Did you just click on the link from the Facebook message I sent you?
Yes.
Yes, and it worked fine?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Okay. Because we can't see Annie, but she's here. So hi, Annie. I just sent you another link to your Facebook message if you can try that one.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
No, you're
No,
set.
Annie is the other person that.
Okay.
Katerina, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in Houston.
Houston? Nice. How's the
Yeah.
weather?
Sorry?
How's the weather?
Oh, it's been pretty nice actually. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's no longer cold.
Oh, good. Did she get it?
Is Reggie doing this?
Yeah, he said he'd be there in 10 minutes. All right, it says that we have one viewer. So Annie, I think you're here, but your video's not on. Oh, that's just so weird. Sorry, I'm just trying one more thing to get Annie.
There's some strange noise going on.
It sounds like
It sounds like a horror movie.
something. Oh, it's so weird. Annie, we want you to be able to talk.
Hmm.
Do you want to pull up the Google Hangout for questions? Answers?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Thanks for being patient. You too.
No worries.
Oh, I don't understand.
Does this time work with you two in the future with Sundays morning-ish?
Yeah.
It does?
We just lost Katerina.
Oh.
Not sure what to do.
Google Hangout tutorial. Is that what you're talking about?
No, well, I think it is.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back.
Oh, that's okay. Katerina, when you just went away, do you have any tips for how you got back that maybe we can share with Annie? Not
Oh
sure.
yeah, I just went to. You gave me a conversation or gave me a message, and then in the message it had the video call, and I clicked it, and then I accepted it.
Was
So
that one
maybe
an email or on Facebook?
that was in Gmail or no Google Hangout
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just gonna try one more thing.
Should we have them create them?
Oh yeah, so our first activity is going to be creating a life map. So basically just go for it, do your example.
Okay, so we're just to get to know everyone a little bit better, where you're from, why you are where you are right now. We'd kind of like you to just spend 5 minutes, and hopefully Annie joins us here later, in creating a life map. So this would be an example, oh boy, of my life map, kind of where I grew up, Colorado, born and raised, moved to Canada, and here, spent most of my life in Canada, grew up playing hockey, lived in a really small town. Just images that symbolize kind of where I've been, where I've come from, and where I am now. Which led me to upstate New York, which is where the star is. This is New York State. It doesn't look like New York State, sorry. That's what it is. Where I got my teaching certificate, and I am now a teacher. This is me in a classroom, and an athletic director, sports equipment. So that's what I do in Denver, really brief. You'll get to know a lot more about me and Stephanie as well, but just a little activity kind of using images to tell us a little story about yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so while we're waiting for Annie, we'll let you kind of create a little life map.
If you just read through those.
My God. Okay, I'm sorry. Just keep leaving y'all.
You're fine. How are you guys doing? A couple more minutes?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I just have one more thing to put, and then okay, I'm ready when y'all are.
All right. You want to get something? Or? Okay. All right, Lauren, you okay? You want to start?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. I'm a really bad drawer, so I apologize. Um,
Oh no. It's messing up.
We're losing you.
I'm also from Colorado, in the Colorado flag. Born and raised in Colorado Springs. That's my family. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my older sister. I moved to Denver to go to Regis University. It's a really, really small private Catholic university. At Regis, I'm studying history and peace and justice with a minor in Spanish.
Oh,
And last year, I did a semester abroad in Chile. I lived there for 7 months, and then I took an extra 4 months to backpack through South America. And that's my really bad interpretation of a globe. Really awful. But I would really like to see more. I've been able to travel a lot, but there's definitely some places that I'd still like to go. And I have no idea what I want to do in the future, but I'm really interested in working with clean water and sanitation.
working with what?
Clean water and sanitation.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe I sent the wrong link.
I think we might have Annie. Hold up. She got.
Hold on.
Lauren, what year are you in at Regis?
I'm a senior.
All right.
All right. So you get to go to Brazil right after you graduate.
Yeah, I graduate in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you travel to Brazil when you were in South America before?
No, I was in Argentina and almost everywhere but Brazil.
Well, good. You get to go somewhere new.
I know, I'm excited.
That's awesome. All right. Katarina, do you want to go?
Sure. So
Okay.
I was born in Texas. So you see the Texas. It's really bad, but you see the Texas state right there. And then in 2012, that's when I first did U.S. Brazil Connect. So I tried to make the little U.S. Brazil logo. And then I went to UT at Austin, so there's the Longhorn. And then at UT at Austin, I went abroad and studied in Italy. I did that for 6 weeks and then traveled around afterwards for a little while longer. Went to Switzerland and Budapest and Vienna. And then, oh yeah, and I got my degree in art, so then that's a little, got my bachelor's of art. That's a little paintbrush and a little color pencil. And now I work at the art museum. I'm a security guard. So this is my uniform. It's a horrible uniform. It's a blue blazer with a red collar.
Hello.
All right, that's awesome, Katarina. Hi, Annie. Welcome.
Can you hear us, Annie?
Can you hear us, Annie?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I think I was sending you. So that was my fault.
I felt so creepy. It was like I was a ghost or something just watching everybody talk. It was weird, but I'm glad it works now. Yay.
That's awesome. Reggie, Reggie, he's gonna pop in here in just a minute and introduce himself. Okay. And then in the meantime, you hear about the life map that we
Yes,
just
but I was busy on my computer, so I didn't get to do one because I was like trying to figure out what was happening. But I can make one now.
Sure, if you want to.
Okay.
I kind of made explain mine real quick.
Annie, that was great. That was very good.
Katerina, I was also impressed that you used the colors. You must have them handy. Sure.
Oh, there's like an echo. You liked the colors?
Yes. What kind of art?
What kind of art do I do? I liked sculpture. So I really loved sculpture. And I like to paint in watercolors. Those are some things that I like to do.
Awesome. That's really cool. I look forward to seeing some of it in the future. So here's my quick little drawing. I lived in the same house for the first 18 years of my life. That's kind of interesting. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, originally, and I was a really big. Echo's bad. Is it echoing for you guys too?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a swimmer. Competitively, I moved to Minnesota, and I swam at my university there. Studied psychology, management, and studio art. Then I moved to Colorado, in the mountains, where I worked to do a year of AmeriCorps here, and did a lot of skiing. And really loved it. But then I decided to move abroad. I moved to South Korea. Supposed to be Seoul. It was really bad. Just big city. Biggest city I've ever lived in. And it was incredible. Then here's me with a backpack, and I traveled for about a month. And then this is a little school in a village, where I live. And then I didn't get a chance, but now I moved to the U.S. just about 8 months ago. And I live in Texas. Let's see. Reggie should be joining in just a minute, and then Annie, if you finish yours, then feel comfortable.
Okay, it's super simple at this point. I mean, I really have nothing, but I can just explain as I go. Okay, I have like 3 things. I don't even know if you can see them. I'm from New Hampshire. Really bad drawing of New Hampshire. Lived there my entire life. I wanted to try to draw a plane because my dad's a pilot, so I'm from a really small town, but I had the opportunity to travel, quite a bit growing up. The waves are because I went to school in Pepperdine in California, learned to surf, which was awesome, and love living in California. I just graduated last April. I studied Spanish, French, and education, and then randomly after that I started working in a jewelry store. And for a few months, and then until a friend asked if I wanted to come live in Argentina. So now that's why the sun is there, because it's kind of like represents Argentina, sort of on their flag. And I've been living here since February, and I am doing an internship with Malva. It's a Museum of Latin American Art in Buenos Aires, and so I'm working with them and their fundraising team, and specifically the younger sector of that, doing events and stuff like that. So that's what I'm up to now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
How long from Argentina to Brazil, or will you come back?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the internship basically right until I go to Brazil. So I'm just gonna be down here until the thing ends.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Let me try one more time to see if I can get Reggie to join.
Do you like living in Argentina?
I love it. Yeah, it's completely different. But my sophomore year at Pepperdine, I was able to study abroad with the Buenos Aires program. So I actually got to live in the same neighborhood I'm living now. So I was there for like 2 semesters, and so it's kind of familiar for me. But I don't know. I just absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
What part of Buenos Aires do you?
Belgrano. It's
Okay.
kind of yeah. Where did you said you had gone to Argentina when I was like being a ghost and I couldn't talk to you guys. What part of Argentina were you visiting?
Yeah, so I was in Argentina for a little over a week, so I was only in Buenos Aires.
Okay. I'm sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear that.
I was in Palermo.
Oh, cool. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Okay, neat. What did you get to do when you're there?
I was actually with one of my other friends studying abroad. We did like a lot of museums, really touristy things.
Yeah, that's pretty necessary though. That's nice. Did you make it to Recoleta, the cemetery?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was amazing.
Yeah, so cool. That's awesome. And you, what part of Chile were you in?
I lived in Valparaiso.
Okay. Is that like on the coast or no? Am I
It is,
completely
yeah.
wrong? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, I think like I traveled in Santiago for a little while and like up and down the coast. But did you ever get to go to Pichilemu or Pichilemu, whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So neat.
Okay, this is awesome. It's so great. We do have a tip. When we are not talking, if we mute it, I think it will help a lot. So we can go ahead and give that a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, moving forward, it's good to get to know a little bit about everybody. And I know we'll get to know a lot about you as we continue this journey together. It's great to meet everyone finally. Stephanie and I are very excited to have this team finally together and to be going to Brazil as a group. So I'm sure you are all excited and have lots of questions. There will be lots of time to answer those questions. Quick, with the assignments I posted, was everybody able to access them, and did everybody have a chance to watch the video?
I watched the video.
I watched the video too.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a chance to answer the questions?
No.
I answered the questions.
If you look at the link, Katarina, actually, I was able to look at your responses, and I did notice one of your questions. And that's how we were part of USBC in 2012. That was great.
Yes. Yeah, I was a fellow? Or no, I was a coach. Yeah, and so I was just wondering how I guess it changed from coach to fellow.
So we were talking about that, Stephanie and I, and we think that it was just something as simple as like the name has changed from coach to fellow. I think you'll be doing a lot of the same requirements in classroom with corresponding weekly down there, then Facebook, front and center with your own group.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And we will double check. We're new to the program as well. It looked like in 2012. We were not sure. That was a term. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can. A little bit of what you're saying is just vibrating. but I can understand most of it.
Echoes. Oh, sorry. We're getting echoes as well. I think just the connection.
Yeah.
Maybe if we try and really slow it down and slower, would that work?
I think it's okay, did everyone get the memo that if we're not talking, we're to mute it?
We should mute our...
So if you're not talking, try muting it, and that will help. So thumbs up if you don't hear an echo. Okay, awesome. Does anyone have a question about the video or anything right off the bat? No? Okay. So what we're going to do now is we have 3 different key components of kind of the USBC style. So I'm going to send you those links on the side. So if you see at the top, there's the chat bar. If you press that, then the group chat will show up on the side. So I just sent hi. Thumbs up if you got that. Awesome. So we have 3 different parts, and I'm just going to send you a link to the document, and then each person is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to review the document and then come back and give a brief summary of the document and everything that it covered. Okay? So the first one covers the Brazilian students that we're going to be working with. Does anyone want that one? Awesome. Annie, it's yours. Sorry, it feels very game show style, but I appreciate your guys' patience. So I will send the link to you now. The next one is the fellowship overview. And actually, Katerina, would you like to do that one since you have been a fellow before? Awesome. Okay. And then the third one is the Brazilian partnership. So is it cool if you do that one, Lauren? Very cool. Okay. All right. Here's the fellowship overview, Katerina. And Brazilian partners. Lauren, here's that. Is everyone able to get that? Yeah?
All right.
Okay, cool. Then just go ahead and we'll check in about 5 to 10 minutes, okay?
Thank you.
Good morning.
All right, so really quick, we can go ahead and welcome Reggie to the group. What to say?
Oh man. Hello everybody. Y'all are on mute, so I'll use this platform. No, I'm kidding. I was like, y'all are on mute, so I'll just monopolize this. No, I'm kidding. So I've interviewed most of you, emailed with all of you, and talked on the phone with most of you as well. I was telling Stephanie, I feel like a proud father, watching you all work together. So, okay, welcome. I just wanted to make sure if you guys had any questions. Hold on. Hold on.
Be back. All right. Well, while Reggie works out if it's going to work for him to join, Annie, are you ready to give your summary on the Brazilian students? And then don't forget to unmute yourself when it's your turn to talk.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, for the majority of the group, it's 14 to 19 years old, the students, and one thing that was interesting to me is that it said they a lot of them have never met a native English speaker in their life, and so for them this is like a really cool opportunity to meet, you know, people who are just completely different from themselves, and yeah, and it's not a school requirement to do this program, so it's very, very competitive, and for every slot available, there's 3 students that could take that slot. So it's a big deal for them to be a part of the program. And, you know, at first, you know, the thing that a lot of them say that attracts them to is the trip to the U.S. and learning about another culture, English and everything. But there were these 2, like, testimonial things at the end, and just it was kind of cool to read about how it really was life-changing for them, just because, you know, when you learn another language, it completely opens, you know, doors for you. It opens up your mind to like different worldviews and everything. And then like the technical side of it. So with that trip, the top 5% of the students in the program will get to go on the all-expenses paid trip to the U.S. And let's see, what else? Yeah, I think, I mean, trying to see if there's anything else like technical-wise. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. And then the fact that apart from that, it can vary, like the student body or whatever that you get depending on the region and everything. But yeah, that was kind of what I gathered.
Awesome. That was a great summary.
Awesome. That was a great summary.
Everything perfectly.
Everything perfectly.
Katerina and Lauren, did you have any questions about the Brazilian student? No?
No.
Okay. All right. The fellowship overview. Katerina, do you want to take that for us? And then don't forget to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. So mine was about the fellowship that we're going to do. So it said that this would be a full-time position for us. It's going to be a 24-week fellowship, and we're I liked reading that 91% said that they would recommend it to a friend. The students that went through the fellowship, or I guess, oh no, the fellows. I'm sorry, the fellows themselves said that they would recommend this to a friend. So that's really awesome. So our fellowship, it's going to be really strengthening our leadership skills. So we're going to be able to use whatever we gain in the program. We're going to be able to apply it to even our professional, academic, and personal life. And then it talks more about what we're going to be doing with the students. We're going to be coaching with them online through Google Hangouts and assignments that we post on our Facebook groups to them. We're going to be talking to them and building connections like that. And then, so that's going to be the first part, that's phase 1, and that's going to be 14 weeks. Also Saturday interactive with Google Hangout. And so then by phase 2, that will be in Brazil, and that'll be 4 weeks, and that's when I feel like that's I wrote that online too, that I think that's the most important part, because we're there together in person. And then phase 3 will just be more Google Hangouts and more reflection assignments for the students. So all of these things will help the students become more comfortable with English, and also with, I think it was also with themselves almost too. They kind of, it was interesting for me to see how much they've grown after the time that I was there with them. So yeah, I think that's about it.
That's awesome. Did you have any favorite moment or anything from when you were a coach or a fellow before?
Yeah, I think I do. I think the first day we arrived, they just had like a big party for us, and there was like they were just singing, and they wanted us to dance and get out of our shell the first day. So that was really, like, as soon as we walked there, show up to the school, they were playing music for us and just wanted us to just see their coach dance, which is kind of embarrassing, but to dance in front of all these people that you just met, but like that was just the best, I mean, it was so everyone was so happy, and it was just. And that's just the energy that was carried on throughout the program. So, and that's why, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I've heard that about like the Brazilian culture, just how they're so warm and welcoming. And I love that you said as soon as you got there, all of the Brazilians just wanted to see you dance. Sorry, I just think that's adorable. All right, so, and we have something about that coming up for you guys. So we're
going to work on our dance moves.
Yeah, you can get excited about that. All right, so our next one is the Brazilian partnership. Lauren, do you want to take over from that?
Okay. So I have the partnerships, and from what I read, there seems to be 3 Brazilian industries that U.S. Brazil works with. The first one is the Brazilian tourism industry, and they're the largest industry in Brazil. And they work with promoting business and development for all their organizations that they work with. And then it's professional training organization, and it teaches like leadership and like different coaching strategies or like training strategies um, through innovation and like entrepreneurship. So like, you know, how do you make people better at their jobs and better at what they're doing? And then the last one, I'm gonna butcher this. Ceci, is that it? No. And they work with education, kindergarten through 12th grade, and according to the little thing I read, they work with 1,218 schools across Brazil, and they work with health, education, and citizenship programs. I think there was another one, but I don't remember it. And I thought it was really cool because they sustain all their programs because there's like a payroll tax that the Brazilians pay that funds all of these programs so that they're able to do their work. And then U.S. Brazil is in partnership with all of these organizations. And this host towns where all of us will be, they apply at the beginning of the year to host the U.S. Brazil Connect program, and then they apply through CNI, and then, yeah, if it meets all the qualifications, then they are able to host the program, and their students will be paired up with all of us. That's kind of what I got out of it.
That was a perfect summary. Thank you so much. I think this is a perfect transition now that we've done the overview. If you guys have any questions, to maybe open it up to Reggie, who has also lived in Brazil, was a team coordinator last year, and has lots of various experiences. Do you want to take over or say anything, Reggie?
Yeah, first of all, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Google Hangout. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. And welcome also to Brazil. Like Brazil, if you aren't flexible, you're not going to make it. So you got to be super flexible. As I was saying before I got to outer space, I've interviewed most of you, talked on the phone with half of you, and I feel like a proud dad watching all of y'all together. So I'm excited for you all to work together. I was in Mato Grosso do Sul last year, so this part of Brazil is very personal to me. I love it. The people are beautiful. It's like the Midwest of Brazil, but sweeter. So what I'd like to do is, like I said, introduce myself. So this is what I look like for those of you who've just emailed me. Katarina, this is what I've looked like. You and I have talked on the phone. I hope you're excited about your team. I'm excited to have you all together. So what I want to know is if you have any questions, because as program manager, I'm responsible for about 20 sites. But what I want to do is just check in with everyone to let y'all know I'm a human being. And if you have any questions, concerns, but I also want to know what you're excited about too. So let's start with Lauren.
I guess I'm really excited just to work with the kids. I think we're working with a really interesting age group, and at least for me, being able to speak Spanish has opened up so many doors and so many opportunities. So I imagine it's the same for them learning English, and I'm really excited to help facilitate that. I have loved all the mentors, and I'm so appreciative for all the people that have helped me learn Spanish. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Katarina.
I think I'm excited to go back a second time and to see students progress like they did. It was dramatic change the first time I was there. Such a short period of time you're there, but it's interesting to see how much of an impact you can make on these students' lives. So I'm excited to just go back again and see the progression of the students again, and to see how you do. So I feel like I did not that much, but the outcome is greater.
Thank you for that. And you guys hit on something that's perfect. So the best part of this is the student. piece. I mean, you'll love your team, you'll love your leaders. Because my team last year, we're a family now. Like, and I think we're the only full team that came back. So I came back as program manager. My EFS came back as one of the bigger site EFSs, and two my fellows. One is a senior fellow, and another one is an EFS in Curitiba. So we're pretty excited about that. We're the only full team that came back because Mato Grosso do Sul is just like that. But yeah, the student piece is amazing. The way I got introduced to Brazil is because my boss came up to me about 13, 14 years ago and was like, Reggie, we want to send you to Brazil because you speak Spanish. And I was like, okay, I mean, you want to send me to Brazil because I speak Spanish? That's fantastic. So the Spanish that I spoke introduced me to a place that is now my favorite place on earth. I lived in Rio de Janeiro. Like, I've been to about 8 or 9 states in Brazil. Speak decent Portuguese. I'm getting better, but I've been out of practice. And most recently, I was in Brazil in March for this program, but before that, in my former life, I worked in politics, and my old boss was Joe Biden, and we went to Dilma's inauguration. So I've been into like the heartland of Brazil with the people, and I've been into the presidential palace. So I've seen all of Brazil and love all of it, even its problems. So that's true love right there. Anna, any questions you have, or anything you want to share about what you're excited about?
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of echo what they said, I'm really excited to see the students, but I really am also just excited to go and live in Brazil. I think that's the best way to get to know another culture. Because when I studied abroad, I was with a big group of Americans. I was in Argentina studying abroad, but I mean, just coming back this current time in Argentina and living here and meeting Argentines, it's like I've seen a completely different side to the country than I did before, and so I'm kind of excited for that with Brazil, like meeting the students, talking to them, sharing a little bit about America, and I'm just excited to learn about their culture and what they've got going.
Well, thank you for sharing that. The best part of this experience is so you're there for 4 weeks, right? So it's not a vacation. So vacation is kind of like a drive-by. It's like going to someplace for like 3 days. Oh, I've been to New York. No, you have not. Like, New York City is far more intricate than a 3-day trip. Brazil is very similar. So 4 weeks in country, as well as the other things on the top and the bottom of this, will give you a full slice of the culture, and one of the things that is magical about this to me is the way that everyone grows. So in your first Google Hangout with students, people are going to kind of be like this, very shy. There'll be a lot of giggling, a lot of like uncomfortable silence. But 11 weeks after that, everyone will be crying, and you won't get people to shut up. Like, it's a beautiful transformation. Katarina, you can probably echo that, just how it goes from like silence to noise, and it's just a beautiful thing. So out of respect for y'all's time, I want to thank y'all for letting me crash your party. Y'all have my phone number, you have my email, so if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm excited to see y'all get going, and enjoy the rest of y'all's time together.
Thanks, Reggie.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. You guys all have so much passion and really positive attitude, and it looks like everyone kind of has similar experiences with living abroad, and so like I'm really excited to get to know you guys as a team and like our own individual strengths and everything. But we've been sitting for a little over an hour now, so we want to kind of take a break and allow you guys to stand up and have some fun. And so Nick has a little lesson for us.
Okay, don't be too hard on me. We're gonna practice a few steps, a few samba steps right now. We're gonna try and get the camera on my feet, and if you'd like to stand up and kind of watch, it's just very, very simple. steps that I just learned and picked up a few days ago, and we can give it a shot. So if you want to follow along, I'll do my best to go slow.
So we're going to stand up. You guys
Let's go.
out here.
Sure.
All right. Can you see?
Let's come closer, like down, waist down. Can everybody see?
We should have music.
I do.
Okay.
Someone?
Yeah. Well, first do the moves.
Okay. All right. Basic. Usually, I'm not an expert, but I'm sure we'll all get better together. This step, if you put one foot, let's put the left foot forward, and the right foot's going to be behind it, kind of a T.
Are you guys doing this?
Good? You got to get up.
I can't tell. Stand up.
There we go. You're going to take one step forward, bring your other foot up. The front foot you're going to bring around, forward, up, touch. Okay, we're going to do it slow again, and then we're going to do it fast. And then we're going to throw some music in there and see how we can do it. Hands on your hips, if you want, and you can start shaking the hips too after a while. Okay, so we're going to start left foot, kind of a T shape. So it's always front foot behind, up with your foot, right foot, touch to the T. Back, up, T. Back, up, T. Back, up, T. Back, up, T.
I'm impressed.
So fast mode, we go.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Uh-oh, I'm messing it up here. Okay, here we go. T. And then it just starts to blend together. Give it a try.
Are you guys getting it?
We can put some music
Should
on.
we put some music
Basic
on?
steps, kind of just, it's up, yeah. So.
One more time. Let's review one more
Okay.
time, then we'll turn on the music.
Left foot, back, up, T.
Are you getting this? Back, step, forward, T. Back, step, forward,
Step, T.
T. Back, forward, T? I don't know.
Yep.
Back, forward, T. Or together? Back, forward. Okay. Ready for some music? Yes. All right. Katerina, is this all coming back to you? You guys familiar with some samba?
And tell me if I'm butchering it, because it might not be.
Yeah, you might have to lead the lessons next time. We don't necessarily know what we're doing. We're just trying.
Ready?
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, ready? Dude, I'm digging this music.
If you really want to, if you got the steps down, you can start kind of moving the hips. It's a very sensual movement.
Let's see those
Dance.
hips move.
We're gonna watch.
How's it going? I feel like we should. I want to do it.
Yeah. Let me. What do you do for there? Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you guys can change.
So it's just kind of a T. And when they're together, your feet, you always come around, up, bring it back together. Front one, back, up, together.
Okay. I don't want it on my feet.
Oh, yeah. could freestyle, I guess.
You guys getting it? Yeah, you look like pros. They got it. Dance party. No idea what I'm doing.
You know what? That's kind of what they. You can totally go.
Okay, do you guys want to take like a 5-minute break or something before we dive into the next part? Yeah? Okay, cool. So, like 5 minutes and we'll reconvene. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna leave the video on. I'm not gonna close out. We're all here. So, cool. Take 5 minutes and then we'll meet back. Good job with your dancing skills. All right. When you guys find yourself in a good spot, we'll go ahead and start once everyone is back on the screen. And Lauren, that's a beautiful waterfall. Annie, are you back? Awesome. Katarina's back. Sweet. Lauren's back. All right, awesome. So we're going to try and feel it out for this next part and see if it's going to work better to kind of like pop in for discussion or chatting on the side. So just be flexible and see what works.
Okay. Just like Reggie echoed, just being flexible. When we go to Brazil, it's going to be very important that and realistic that not everything is going to happen according to plan. So things come up. Nothing really goes according to plan, and we have to be flexible. So we're going to talk about for the next couple minutes the drama triangle and how we would like to work together as a team. The drama triangle, it describes 3 potential roles that people select when in a state of reactivity. And we're going to talk about the 3 states. The first role would be the villain, who is someone who's looking to persecute a victim. The victim is looking to be rescued by a hero. The hero is looking to help everyone in the situation. So we have 3 characters in our drama triangle. The villain, here's our villain. Where? Higher. Roar. Aggressive, okay? Persecuting, negative. Then we have our victim. An elk. Just an innocent old elk in Colorado, if you know, there are lots of elk here. And then we have our hero, who likes to jump in, which is a bear. In the drama triangle, so this is tricky. We will screen chat this or screen snap this with you so you can have a look at it as well. The villain, and this is what we want to try and move and have a balance with our team. The villain takes less than full responsibility by using blame and criticism. You made me do this. It's your fault. Why can't you ever get it right? So think about times when you've had to deal with individuals or work with people that might use those responses like blame, criticism. Why are you doing this? What did you do wrong? Okay? That would be the villain kind of role, the villain response. The victim, our elk, very quiet, reserved a little bit, takes less than full responsibility by going into collapse mode. Often with a whine. Maybe, I can't do this. It's too hard. Victims feel at the effect of someone or something else. I can't because of what somebody else is doing, or it is because the weather, it's too hot, I'm tired. So the victim kind of doesn't take quite responsibility for what's going on, and that is where our villain attacks. Our hero takes on more than their share of responsibility. Heroes love to rescue. Okay, they love to step in. They are quick to intervene if someone is collapsing. They offer suggestions before being asked, overfunction in ways that allows others to underfunction. Their underlying motivation for stepping in is often to create dependency. So the hero is important, but there is a time when the hero can overstep their boundaries. This is the triangle that we've discussed and we've all faced in our daily life, whether it's work, whether it's school, whether it's family. And we've kind of talked about it. Does everybody understand the roles, kind of the qualities that each character has, a villain, a hero, and a victim? Okay. Yeah. So now, if you understand and you kind of understand the drama triangle, we're going to share, I'll share where I see it in my life and how I've handled it. and how I'm continuing to grow and to work on dealing in the drama triangle and what my role is at times. And then we are going to open it up and have you think about an area in your life where you see a drama triangle, or you've encountered a drama triangle with a villain, with a hero, and with a victim. And you might be one of the three. So in my case, at school, I teach with a lot of different age teachers, and there's outgoing and negative, and it's a K-8 school, so kindergarten to 8th grade. I play the role at times of the hero with teachers that like to be the villain, which can be gossiping, negativity. They continue to kind of just not be happy with their job scene. I come in trying to increase the positivity, express the importance of being there for the kids. And the victims ultimately are the kids sometimes, and other teachers that just stand by and watch. That is a drama triangle that I see, and there are different approaches that you can take as a hero, as I do, whether it's personal or whether there are different strategies, different approaches, and now it is your turn to think about it and think about the drama triangle that you encounter, in whether it's even in the future in Brazil or that you're encountering now. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So if you understand, you want to share maybe a drama triangle that you've encountered, something that you have had an issue with, whether you're the villain, the hero, or the victim. We're going to open it up, and we're going to have you all share.
Do you want a minute to think?
Take about a minute to think where a drama triangle might have fit into your life or your situation.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's try like the chat on the side for a minute. So we have the villain here. Can you think of a few different qualities or characteristics that a villain might portray? So
Just
let's see.
you can give us 2 to 3 in the chat box.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Negative, selfish, aggressive, absolutely. Disloyal, mischievous, awesome, mischievous. Cool. Cool. Do you want to move on?
Yes. Okay. Moving on to the victim. Any characteristics that you can think of that the victim might have in this situation of a drama triangle? Passive, yeah. Good.
Those helpless, discouraged. Definitely, absolutely. Those are great
Great.
answers.
And last, the hero. What type of characteristics might the hero have in this situation, the drama triangle? Draw attention to that. Good.
Absolutely. You guys are great. These are all awesome answers.
Yeah, and we really wanted to talk to you about this because, like we said, situations that we all find ourselves in, either being the villain, the hero, or the victim. I think at times in our life we've all been in these different roles. If any of you would like or feel comfortable with sharing a drama triangle that they might have encountered or might currently experience, that's great. If you don't, you do not need to. But would any of you like to share? Thumbs up if you want to share.
Katerina?
All right, Katerina.
Okay, I guess I do kind of have one with a baby. I was babysitting, and the kid kind of had some issues with anger. She once like bit me, and it was getting out of control a little bit. But the mom was the parents were kind of like, I guess they were the ones that were I would almost say they were the victims in a way because they weren't helping the situation. They took what I said, but they weren't doing anything to help the daughter. Um, am I the hero? I guess is the daughter the villain? I don't want to say that, but I guess that's why it's kind of hard to classify someone as the villain, you know. But that's my story.
I think sometimes it's hard to say, like the word villain just kind of, it sounds like out of a Disney story, the person who's like giving you the poisonous apple or something. But I think the important part of this lesson is realizing that it can even be subtle ways that you have drama in like our everyday life. Like I'm looking at this list of characteristics on the side, and I'm like, yeah, I can be really selfish sometimes. I can be passive. I can be helpless, but I can also be really proactive and really helpful. So it's not necessarily saying that like it's one person who takes on all of these roles all of the time, but that it can be very situational, and that we're going to be working in such close quarters over the next few months, and especially once we're in Brazil, that by calling attention to it, I mean, we might get to the level that's saying, hey, are you being a victim right now? Or, hey, are you being a villain right now? But most likely it's never going to be anything that extreme. It's more so just to be a little bit more proactive or a little bit more mindful of how we're behaving and how we want things to be handled. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay.
Thumbs up.
Does anyone else have anything that they want? And thank you again,
Thanks for sharing.
Katerina. That's great. And I think, like it sounds weird calling people villains and everything, but there's definitely hero characteristics that come out in those situations. Anyone else?
Yeah, I can share. I work for the university, and we work in the social justice department. We're working on a divestment campaign, and it's a bunch of students doing it, so everyone's 20, 22 years old, and like you were saying, not everything is as clear cut, because there's definitely times where we're writing a proposal and someone didn't do this, and then they say it's because they weren't ever told to do it, but all of us know our responsibilities. Um, well, you were supposed to do that. I didn't know I needed to do that. Just a lot of like blame and not taking ownership of things that didn't get done. But that's just kind of the dynamics of working with a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Absolutely, Lauren. Thanks. Yes, and that is some of the when you get into stressful situations as well, or you're working with maybe individuals that do like to put blame on it, and that is characteristic of a villain. Stressful situations bring out characteristics sometimes that aren't always ones that we take pride in, or not always ones that represent us in the right way. But like Stephanie mentioned, to be mindful of the drama triangle and to be mindful of some of these characteristics and roles that we will ultimately be together as a team, and how we work together as a team is ultimately going to affect, the partnership with these Brazilian students and how well they learn. So we just definitely wanted to make it clear and to everyone the drama triangle, and we are going to move on now to Annie. Yes, sorry, Annie. Would you like to share? If you'd like, you can. You don't have to.
I don't know. I mean, nothing like comes to mind immediately. The only thing I can really think of is, so when I was working in the jewelry store before, we worked based on commission, and that was definitely a big source of drama because sometimes, one of us would be working on a sale, then somebody else would jump in at the last second and then want to say that they worked on it too, and so that I guess would be like, I don't know, yeah, it is weird calling people like the villain, but like the people who would do that or be more a little kind of I don't know, taking things for themselves that weren't theirs, like that would be kind of like seen as the villain in a way. And then some of the people that I worked with were like a little bit passive, or were like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so like, what are we gonna do? Or they would just try to please everybody. So there was a lot of like, yeah, like just a lot of miscommunications that went on. So I guess like what I learned from that is just to take the position of like knowing what you've done, and then like not letting anybody kind of encroach on that, and also being able to stand up for it. So that's like, I guess, a situation I encountered.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annie.
I think that for me, looking at the drama triangle helps me like not react immediately and take a step back, because I think that some of these things are reactionary, rather than rather than how we actually mean to come off or portray people. Because, well, I mean, I guess commission kind of drives people in different ways. So I can see how that happens. It's okay. We don't need it.
Okay.
All right. So next we have a document that we're going to talk about, and it's about being creative partners versus being consumers. And one of the things that stood out to me that I love about US Brazil Connect is this idea of a creative partnership. So that's kind of what we're going to segue into. So I'm going to copy the document right here in our chat. And if you guys want to take a minute to just read over it and review, or like read over it on your own, and then we'll come back together for a discussion. Okay? Okay. Have you had a chance to read it over? Yes. All right. So let's just kind of, do you understand or do you have any questions off the bat? Okay. So what are some examples of being a creative partner? You can either unmute or you can type.
I think it's someone who is willing to contribute to a situation or a problem
Absolutely.
and help others. Yeah.
Yeah, willing to contribute and help others. Absolutely.
I think creative partnership means collaborating with others and approaching it as a we versus an I.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has a lot to do with also, knowing when to utilize your own strengths and knowing when to kind of, recognize that other people are maybe more suited to do whatever. Just recognizing your strengths and recognizing the strengths of others so that you can best work in the group.
Absolutely. Like knowing when to step up and step down kind of thing. Absolutely. Anyone have anything else? Yeah, like moving forward, I think being a creative partner is being flexible, willing, and something that has really stuck out to me is assuming good. So even if our Google Hangout isn't right on time, we're still trying. We're all flexible and messaging with one another and trying to get the right links to work. And yeah, anyone have another one to add at all? Okay, that's a great list. So we have a little exercise that we are going to do now, and it has to do with being a creative partner versus being a consumer. And I think that in Brazil, life is going to be incredibly active, maybe have a little bit of theatrics brought in. So we get to maybe experience a little bit of that now. So Nick and I are going to model a scenario for you guys, and then afterwards we have like a little activity that we're going to do, okay? All right. So to set the scene, we're in Brazil. This is towards the end of the second week, let's say, and I'm sitting on the bus. Wait, am I? Am I? Or I forget.
I'll be there on the bus. I'll be coming. You do that.
I'll be late.
Sure.
Okay.
Or you'll be the teacher.
Okay. So I'm sitting on the bus. Oh, it's 5 minutes after. Where's Nick? He's not here yet. He always is late.
Oh, hey, sorry. Thanks for waiting. Sorry I'm late.
Well, why are you late? You're always late. Do you realize that we're all waiting for you?
It's just 5 minutes. Big deal. We're not leaving.
Big deal. We should be on the road right now. Look at everyone else. You're not just affecting you. You're affecting everyone.
My alarm went off late. So I'm late. 5 minutes. Big deal.
Don't let it happen again. Okay. So that's scene one. Now we have scene two. Same situation, second week, sitting on the bus. Oh, hey, Nick. I'm glad you made it. How was your morning?
Hey, it was good. Sorry I'm late. I'm just, I couldn't find my charger, and I had to pick up a few things before I came to the bus.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm late.
All right. I did notice that this has gone on, so is there something that I can help you do in the future? Or could you maybe let me know next time that you were running late?
Yeah, and even if you would like to, you could stop by and knock on my door to make sure everything's okay, or if you wanted to wake me up by pouring water on my face, you could too.
Oh, sure. Okay, so do you want me to send you a text in the morning to make sure you're up?
A text would work because this morning my alarm didn't go off, so that is really the reason why I'm late.
Okay, we'll try that tomorrow. Is 9:30 good for you?
9:30 works great.
Okay, cool. End scene. All right. So, which one of those was the reacting as a consumer? Or does anyone have any thoughts? Don't forget to unmute.
Well, definitely the first one is like the consumer just expecting things to go your way without you having to really do anything. But yeah, I don't know.
And what was that? What was the like worst part about the consumer? Like what did I do?
Just kind of like jump to conclusions, and you just made it really awkward without, I don't know, like giving him sort of the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Anyone else have anything to add?
Yeah, just going off what Annie said, you didn't really listen to him to figure out why he was late, if there was like, if it really was that he just like slept through his alarm, if there was something like more important, and yeah, and he just like got really upset without hearing his side of the story.
Yeah, overreacted, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then what about the second scenario? Anyone? What was better about the second scenario?
Well, for me, the second scenario, both of you addressed the problem, and there was like a shared ownership, but you came to a solution at the end of it. In the first one, I felt like it was just do this or you'll be in trouble next time. This one was how can we both work at this to reach an end solution tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think in the second one you offered help to the problem. You just didn't say, oh, you're doing this and it's wrong and you're affecting everyone. But this time you said, oh, look how this is how I can help, and do you need me to text you or knock on your door? So you were trying to help this with the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else have anything to add? So being creative partners can also be like being more understanding, be solution oriented. We have two different scenarios that we are going to do. And we're actually going, I think it'll work better that Nick and I just leave this Google Hangout and then we'll come back in about 10 minutes. But we're going to let you guys take these. Should we just do one or two?
Let's do two.
Take these two scenarios and do your own, one as a consumer and one as a creative partner. So the first one will be, yeah, there are problems with the fellow, yeah. Yeah, problems with completing the weekly assignments on time. So that's the first one. I can type it here on the side. And the second one will be a fellow gets sick in Brazil. Okay? Does this make sense? All right, awesome. So,
Wait, so you want us to write two scripts for both of them, or just choose one? Sorry.
well, if you don't have enough time to do both of them, then just one. But otherwise, if you have time, both would be good.
Yeah, and maybe focus on the creative partner approach.
Definitely. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to leave, and hopefully we should be able to come back in, but in case there's a problem, if you look at the top next to the mute, there's like a little invite people. So if that happens, just in case, I think it'll be fine, but just in case, that's how you would invite us back in, okay? I'm excited to see it. Talk to you guys. We'll do this at 12:45. Okay? Does that sound good? All right, cool. Well, maybe.
So for these, are we just like looking or supposed to figure out what the creative partnership would look like? Or do they want us to actually like write a script?
I think we're supposed to write a script only for the creative part, like we're writing a script. I guess I'm talking to myself with problems of the creative partnership. That's what I took from it.
Okay. Okay.
No. We're all writing individual ones or just all together?
I thought we were writing individual.
That's what I thought too. Okay.
Okay. Confusing.
Do you guys want to discuss what we wrote before we add them back in?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be
First?
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good?
You should turn it off, actually.
Do you have any questions, or are you ready to go? You need more time?
Maybe like a couple more minutes, just because I am not done with the second one yet completely, but.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So with the creative, we're just supposed to be helpful with the situation.
Yeah, it's essentially like how you would deal with the situation.
Okay.
Okay. Like just as fellows.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it.
All right. How are we doing? Awesome. Cool. So did you guys do it together or separately? Separate? Okay. Does someone want to start with problems with completing weekly assignments on time?
I can start.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So my scenario one with the consumer, the first person says, this is the third assignment in a row you haven't turned in on time. It's not that hard. I don't know what the problem is. Person two says, sorry, I just didn't realize they were that big of a deal. Person one says, well, they are, and you're really making the whole group suffer. So person two says, okay, well, I guess I'll try next time. The person one just says, fine. It's really awkward, really like unproductive. Okay. So scene with the creative partner, person one says, hey, I've noticed you've had some issues with turning in the assignments. What's going on? The person two says, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I've just been so busy lately that I'm getting really disappointed or disorganized and can't keep up with deadlines. Person one says, oh, well, I totally get that. Would it help if I sent you a Facebook message the day before to remind you? Person two says, that would be awesome. Thank you. End scene.
All right, that was
That
awesome.
was great.
Very good. I think that offering to like help and offering a hand is like the biggest thing that we can do with creative partnership and like just understanding. So I think that second scenario covered that well. Thank you very much, Annie. Katerina, did you want to go, or Lauren? Maybe.
Sure, I'll go. So with mine, I did one student. So I kind of did it. I didn't do talking in one of them. I did like a story. So my first one, I have a student that not only gets his homework late or does not turn it in on time. Sometimes he doesn't turn in the homework at all. He is rarely online, and when I finally get him a hold of him, he doesn't talk to me for very long. I finally caught him online and told him that his inactivity is not acceptable. I asked him why he doesn't do the homework on time, and I told him he was making not only me but my whole team look like we don't care. He just apologizes and continues his actions as he has been. So then that was my consumer, and then the creative. So with the creative, I did that. I had a student who was also not completing his homework on time and turning in late. And when I asked him online why he was not able to, he says that he has limited access to the internet, as he doesn't have a computer at home. So then I told him that I will give him more time to complete his projects if that will help him, and he said that it would. So then from then on, he was able to turn in his projects more and talk to and have more time to turn them in.
That's awesome. You had a really great creative solution, and I think that's something that we need to realize is that a lot of these students will not have computers at home. They will be using their school's computers. Is that an experience that you had from before?
Yeah, actually it was, because there was one student who online, he was just not talking to me, and he didn't answer any of my anything, but when I met him in person, he was so enthusiastic and so happy, and it really was because he didn't have a computer at home. That was really only the problem. So yeah, I used that for my
Yeah. No, that's great. I think that's great because like I know that sometimes I'll get like so narrow-mindedly focused and like it's so easy. Like why isn't it being done? I think Annie, you used that phrase in your situation. Like this is so easy. Like why can't you do it and everything? And so having a solution-focused mindset where you're like, hey, well, like what is going on and how can we like create a schedule or create a way or do you need an extension so it needs to be like the next day? And being flexible, it's going to help a lot with these roles. Excellent, thank you. Lauren, would you like to go?
Sure. So my consumer was a lot like Annie and Katerina's. So short story, just not understanding, like, we've given you enough time to do this. Why haven't you done it? And so my creative partnership goes like this. So person one, hey, I've noticed you haven't been turning in your weekly assignments on time. I was just wondering what was going on and if there's anything I can help with. And student, yeah, it just gets really busy. I'm relying on the on computers at school, and I don't typically have enough time during the day to finish it, or I don't get to school early enough to use a computer. Okay, or person one, that's understandable. Maybe we could work on making a schedule so you don't have to do it all in one day. Maybe taking 15 minutes before or after your class and breaking the assignment up would work better, so you're not trying to complete a whole assignment in one day. Do you think that would help? Yeah, I think so. I think I just need to remember to take that time to do it. Perfect. If you'd be willing to, I'd love to remind you. Maybe send you a Facebook message in the middle of the week to check in and see where you are in your assignment. That was it.
Sorry. Awesome. That was great. Very good. You guys all did an excellent job, and I think that these scenarios are like really real. Like, let's be realistic. You're going to have about 12 students that you're working with, so being open-minded and thinking of solutions and taking a step back to see what's going on and be patient with them is going to be incredibly helpful. And this is a collaboration effort, you know. They might be really shy, really timid at first and everything, and like Katerina said, when you get there, it could be a completely different situation, so hopefully we'll be able to understand any problems as they come up. And then also, that's what Nick and I are here for too. If you guys run into any issues down the road, that we are also a resource and we can help you create a problem solve.
Yeah, and that's why we call it partners too, because everybody's bringing something unique to the group, and we can all chip in and help out where needed. And I think that's the emphasis, that we're all in this together and that everybody contributes. Because everybody has a different background and is going to bring something different, something special to the group, to the team.
Okay, for this next one, how about we just do the creative partners, because we are running a little bit tight on time for the next scenario. Does that sound good? Okay, cool.
Sorry, I had to
Annie, would you like to go first again? Awesome.
All right. Okay. So, person one, I'm so sorry you're sick. That sucks. Person two, it's okay. I just haven't been sleeping or eating that well this past few weeks. So, yeah, I guess I had it coming. Person one, I totally understand that. I've been there too. Can I help you with anything? Person one, thank you, but I'm okay. It'll just take time, but it's nice to have company while I'm sick. Person one says anything you need. Ta-da.
No, I thought it was great.
Perfect. Katerina?
Okay, a fellow gets sick in Brazil, so when I asked if there was anything I can do to help, he says yes, and he asked me if I can loan him some money for the cab, so he can get to the doctor, and then he also asked if I have any extra medicine, and I say, sure, of course, I packed some medicine in my suitcase, and I'll be happy to loan you some money, so you can get to the doctor. Yeah.
Does that come from an actual experience that you had?
No, but I did have to loan somebody some money before, but it wasn't. Yeah. Oh, but somebody did once give me some medicine when I was feeling bad. She packed a lot of medicine and she gave me some.
Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, that's totally up to you for loaning money and like what you feel comfortable with. So good job being a creative partner and helping that person get to the doctor. And Lauren, would you like to do yours?
Sure. So mine is pretty simple, but said, hey, I've noticed you haven't been feeling well. What's been going on, and is there any way I can help? Person two, Yeah, I've just been feeling really sick lately. I went on a walk a few days ago, and I forgot to bring a water bottle, so I ended up drinking water from a water fountain. Oh no, man, we were told at the very beginning of this trip that we weren't supposed to drink water unless we knew where it came from. Yeah, I know, but I was really thirsty, and we were still pretty far ways from where we were, and I just really needed some water. Person one, I completely understand that. I've definitely been there. I brought some medicine with me. When would you like to use some of it? Person two, yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully this will help. Person one, not only can I let you, or not only would I be willing to give you some medicine, but next time, do you think it would help if one of us tried to bring an extra water bottle, just so not only you don't get sick, but no one else on our team gets sick? Man, that would be perfect. Thank you so much for thinking about others and thinking in the future. Of course, it's always we don't want anyone getting sick because it not only hinders your experience, but the whole team because we do work better when it's all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. You brought up a lot of good points, and I see that Katarina has experience in Brazil, and she said don't drink the water. And I like several different parts of that. It was great dialogue, and I think being proactive is another thing that's incredibly important, So like not only having the medicine, but also having a backup water bottle and everything. So it's thinking of the future and thinking of things long term. So good job, guys. Does anyone have any questions about the consumer versus creative partnership? No? Okay. Do you guys want to take like a quick 2 or 3 minute break, or do you just want to kind of plow through?
We've got about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we should have about 20. Yeah.
20 to a half an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Just want to check. You guys if you need to take a break or grab water or anything, go ahead. So I'm going to share another document with you guys. This is the right one. Hold on. Yeah. And this is called agreements. So if you want to pull it up, and we can look over it together. Sorry, I'm really close to the computer screen. Okay, so just starting with like the definition of an agreement is a simple definition of an agreement. A simple definition of an agreement is anything you have said you would do or anything you have said you would not do. Part of the art of successful living and working depends on learning how to make and keep your agreements. So this is talking about making clear agreements with one another and how that is part of being creative partners, working as a team, collaborating, being willing to contribute, help others, and follow through. And one of the, if you can see on the document, it says agreements have a mix of what, where, and when. So not only, so it's like a, kind of like a clear, just like agreement that you come to with the team.
Yeah, no, and you could even add, I don't know if you've heard the 5 W's, the who, what, where, when, and why. You can add to that, but just making it clear, and you can see some of the examples below. I would like to have our team meeting in the hotel lobby at 6:30 p.m. Is everybody clear? Or are you willing to have our lesson planned by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.? Kind of making it not so much this is what we're doing, but just making sure that everybody is willing and able to work at that time, or that we are all on the same page. A clear agreement, if you continue down, not only has this type of specificity, I don't know, but all parties involved indicate, understand, and are on board, or voice their questions to clarify, or offer alternatives, which was really a good example that all of you showed with the consumers and creative partners. A lot of your situation scenarios you provided alternatives or solutions. which is very important. And we really want everybody to feel comfortable sharing if something's not uncomfortable or speaking up. That's why we're here. We really want you all. We really want you to feel open, and we really want you to feel like you can ask us anything, or you can comment on something if it just makes you feel uncomfortable. So that's why we're here. We really want to emphasize that as well. A fuzzy agreement, if you continue down, occurs when people are not specific. For example, I tend to do this sometimes, not being specific or leaving the who, what, where, why out of the question or the statement. I would like us to have a meeting every day. That's not very specific, obviously, and that's why the questions are important. If we tend to do that, sometimes we don't. We aren't specific or we leave something out. Then we want everybody to chime in and to participate and fill us in. I would like us to have team meetings every day. I'll lend you money if you pay me back. So, Katerina, I don't know, maybe if you could, in this situation, whether it's important that you get paid back or not, yeah, that could be something that if it was a large amount of money, you could be a little more clear with, and friendly in the same way, but clear, stating your point and making sure that everybody understands what you're saying.
So this fuzzy agreement, I would like us to have a team meeting every day. So I think when we make agreements, there's a few keywords that we want to use, and it's like, would you be willing? So how could we ask that question differently? I would like us to have team meetings every day. What else? What could we say instead of that? Maybe like, would you be willing to meet in the morning or the evening for an hour to have our team meeting? And then it opens it to dialogue, and you have options and therefore have say. And we don't want to like ever just come out and tell you what's going to happen, because some people might be morning people and some people might be night people. We could have school really early, starting at like 8 and going until 2, or we could have it a little bit later. So this is all part of being flexible. That makes sense? Yes? Okay, so I'll lend you the money if you pay me back. So does anyone have an example of how that could be phrased differently?
I guess you can say I'll lend you the money if you pay me back by next week, like next Friday.
Yeah, exactly. It's time specific. So yeah, you can totally have the money, but can you pay me back by Friday? That's perfect. Thank you. So how about we take a second? Do you guys want to maybe jot down a few examples of agreements? Wait, do you want to do that?
Yeah. What?
Or how about
number 3?
Okay, let's look down at the bottom of the document. It says exploration. Why are clear agreements important? So why are they important? Do you guys want to take a second to look over those questions and come up with a few answers, and then like for the next 5 minutes? And then we'll discuss. Or we can popcorn style.
I think popcorn would be good.
Okay, cool. All right, so why do we think clear agreements are important?
So that everybody can get on the same page, and there's just no miscommunication in terms of like logistics or, yeah.
Absolutely.
And so everybody just knows what to expect.
Yes, expectations and being on the same page, definitely. Anyone else?
What about let's look at number 2. What part of making or changing agreements is most challenging for me, for you? Anybody like to share?
I guess for an individual, it would be like making adjustments. Like, oh, if usually we meet at 5 p.m. and now you're changing it to 10 a.m. Now I have to wake up early or something. So now I'm gonna have to make adjustments to my schedule, or I guess that would be challenging for someone.
I think for me personally, like you had mentioned, I'm really bad about adding the specifics when I make agreements. I'm just like, hey, meet here tomorrow. Just because I know that and I assume that other people are on the same page as me, or they don't know like what we're having a meeting for. So just making sure that all of us, like you said, are all on the same page and that everyone knows what's going on. 'Cause I like to assume that if I know what's going on, that everyone else does too.
Something that I've noticed being down here, like, because I don't have cell service, so I really depend on using Wi-Fi for iMessage and like Facebook Messenger maybe. And so like last minute changes can be a really big issue. If so say we've made a plan to meet at 5:30, but I've already left the house, and then somebody messages me that we have to meet at like 6 now, but then I won't get that message unless I stop at a Starbucks or something and like have Wi-Fi there. So I don't know what the situation will be like in Brazil, like if people get SIM cards or like whatever the plan is for the individual. But when you're in another country, like planning can be even harder if not everybody sticks to the exact thing.
That's a really good point. I think we can even, when we make agreements as a team, which we are going to do, that can be something that we focus on. Like if we're going to make a change, we need to have 24-hour notice, or it needs to be made in person so that those things don't get lost in communication. And that we can be specific with our meetings, and we can also be flexible, so if we do have to change our schedule depending on like when we when we go to the actual school, and switch from maybe morning meetings to evening meetings, we'll use everyone's input for that. So that's part of being our creative partners. So.
Yeah, it will be nice too because we will have five leaders in our group, so it will be a little easier to communicate with each other, and just make sure we are all on the same page and not assume that we all understand what's going on, but to make sure it's clear. The last one, what agreement would I like to recommend to the team? So we're going to give you a couple minutes, and we would like each member to come up with 3 agreements. 1 to 3 agreements that you would like and you think is important for our team to follow, and that we would like to document and have as kind of a running document that we'd like to follow as Team Trace Lagoas. And then we can always add to it. And we'll give you about 3 minutes to write a few down, and then we'll all popcorn out and we'll share. Sound good? Right on.
Actually, I think I have a question. Because last time I went to Brazil, it was like I went with HCC, and all of us, as we were all teachers, and then actually Jackson Community College came with us, so all of our teachers we were just in one city. So I guess now it's us 3 in Tres Lagos, and then y'all are going to be helping us throughout the program. Is that right?
Yeah. So as far as I know, we are the only team in Trace Lagoas. So we have it will just be us 5 there. And then I don't even know if we said this. I'm the team coordinator. So as of now, I will just be helping in the classes and with like the plans. And then Nick is the
EFS. So each one of you will have a class, I believe, of 12 to 15 students.
9.
9 to 12. Okay, 9 to 12 students. So we will have 4 classes. I will have one, Lauren will have one, Katerina will have one, and Annie will have a class. And then we will kind of collaborate as a whole at the end of each day. And we'll talk about what a daily schedule looks like as we continue this process as a team. But that's kind of roughly what it will look like. Does that answer your question, Katerina?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just curious how it's gonna be. Yeah. And I guess I'm already ready with mine, just because this is what happened to me last time. Last time I didn't take a laptop with me, which was bad. But at the time I didn't have a laptop I could have taken with me. But now I will be taking a laptop to Brazil, because what happened last time is that they would post meetings and they would post meeting changes on the Facebook page, but I didn't have my laptop, so I would have to ask other people all the time. Oh, did they post anything? Did anyone say anything about a meeting? So I guess with that, I guess it would be good to tell, like, if somebody was going to say something, oh, like, let's have a meeting, but like let's say it in person, because sometimes I wouldn't even know about a meeting just because I didn't bring my laptop, and I didn't at the time. I just didn't have a laptop to take, but now I do have a laptop I can take. But yeah, I guess the consistency of how you announce meetings, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be clear with times and locations, and with each day there is a few hours designated for us to collaborate as instructors and plan our day. So we'll all be able to kind of go over what we are going to teach that day and then how we are going to finish the day and wrap it up.
Yay, we have a first agreement. Anyone else want to chime in? And we're going to share this as a Google Doc so that we can edit it and go over it before our next meeting too.
Yeah, I just kind of liked what you had said about any changes to the schedule being made 24 hours in advance. So I'm just echoing that. Like, I would like that to be an agreement.
Cool.
Mine is a little broader than that, but it's applicable now and when we're in Brazil. But I'd like us all to agree to be open, upfront, and honest with any challenges that we may be having, whether it's, Google Hangouts now or not understanding what we're supposed to be doing, or just being in another culture when we get to Brazil. Just like a good sense of team and being able to express if anything's going wrong.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to try that. All right. Yeah, I really like that, and I find myself running this in my daily life as well. If you don't understand and you don't speak up, then it's really hard for us, Stephanie and I, to be able to help you and assist you. So we really want to make it open, and we really want you to feel comfortable sharing anything, whether it's a message on Facebook, whether it's posting on the Facebook page, the group, or just openness with Google Hangouts. So we really want to emphasize that, how open we are, and that ask questions, ask a lot of them, because we have a lot of them as well, and we're going to do our best to answer them.
I have one, and I think that I feel like you guys, we've all done a really good job of this so far, but one diva, one mic, and so kind of like this idea of step up, step down, because it is such a group dynamic that we want everyone to have time to add their input and everything. So when one person's speaking, that we're all listening, and that we also are patient and let everyone answer before going again. But I think I can already tell that that's a really good dynamic that we've created so far. So good job so far on all of that for everyone. But I just kind of like that because then it kind of gives everyone a platform to share. Anyone have any more? Okay, so we will have time to add to this in the future. And as we're coming into like the last little bit, we want to share a little bit about the upcoming schedule and make sure that everyone knows about that. I'm going to share with you one more doc, and I'm sorry if you probably already have this document, but I'm just going to share it now so that we can go to the second page and look at the schedule. I just introduced it. So. Yeah. Is everyone able to open it? Yep. Cool.
Okay.
I have it.
Okay. So yes,
Is that the same one?
it's the same one. Yeah, it's just.
So I told him, which page are you on?
If you would like to go to page 2, we'll look at page 2. You can read over page 1 as we move forward, just to give you an idea of the layout, the dates, and yes, they're tentative. We all appreciate everybody being flexible with starting our first distance session this weekend as well. And we want to remind you with the 3 phases, and they really state this, that everyone, we are coaches, not teachers. And if we phrase it that way, that we are there to help coach. We're there to serve as English language coaches, not teachers. So collaborating, being interactive, strengthening your leadership skills, building relationships with your students and each other, that's the goal and that's the emphasis. So if you look at phase 1, that's the phase that we are in right now, and we've just started our first distance session. It's 14 weeks roughly in length. We're going to be from April till about the time that we take off. I believe our last session will be the week before we need to be down on ground in Brazil. So what's included in phase 1? Is this the first time everybody's seen this document? The expectations? Thumbs up? Yes? Okay. So you can look at the leadership development activities. This is what we're going to be doing over the 14 weeks in phase 1. Just weekly training, team building, and reflection assignments on Facebook, on Google Hangouts. We will be meeting 5 Saturdays, distance sessions. Sunday, you're right. So it's going to be Sunday now. And then we will have 1 full weekend workshop, which will be where you will come to Denver, and I believe it will be May 30th at Regis University. So that will be a great opportunity for us to get together on Saturday and Sunday and just make sure that we are ready to go and that we can answer the questions. We'll be together as a huge USB cohort, and it'll be a great time. So we're looking forward to that weekend. So that estimated, I mean, the time is really rough. That's just kind of what we will be doing. And then there's inside of that, you will be working as fellows with your Brazilian students, and you will be connecting with them on a weekly basis. And that's about to start very soon. I know we've been really preparing leading up to meeting everyone, and now that we've had our first distance session, it's going to begin to get busy. You will have weekly assignments. Tomorrow morning we will post week 1's assignments, and it's a chance for you to get together to ask questions, to get to know each other a little more. I think one of the assignments is to get together and host a Google Hangout together as fellows. So that will be a good opportunity for everyone to get to know each other more. If you look at phase 2 on page 2. Okay, yeah. Sorry, before phase 2. We will post, and this is where we really want you to ask questions, and if we're not being specific enough, to reach out. Tomorrow morning we will post the assignment sheet on the Facebook page as an event. So it will be week 1 assignments under an event, and you can open it up, and there will be links to all of the assignments, and the assignment page will be listed. We post as leaders, EFS and TC, we will post it on Monday. On Wednesday, we'll continue collaboration. You can always reach out, and we can always talk over the course of the week. On Wednesday, Stephanie and myself, will model the assignments, some of the activities. So one assignment this week will be to make a 1-minute video about yourself and what you are looking forward to about the program. Stephanie and I will model a video. We'll post it so you have a better idea of what the expectation is. So it will be a week, and then come Sunday, you can reach out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, it will need to be posted by midnight Mountain Standard Time, if that works with everybody. So that'll give you a week to ask questions. We all know everybody has schedules, we do too, and we all know that everybody's busy and we don't always match up with our times, but it will give you a chance to look at the assignments and do a couple a day. As you move on and you meet your Brazilian students, that will be added to your schedule as well. But yes. No.
Sunday morning or Sunday.
Okay. One thing we would like to ask with phase 1, so we're all on the same page. Sundays work? Yes, thumbs up if Sundays work. Okay. What works better with everyone? Sunday mornings at this time, or Sunday evenings, or earlier? Let's say 9. Would anybody like to chime in? This works well with Stephanie and I, but we are very flexible for Sunday.
Well, does anyone have? Oh, go on.
Sorry, morning's good.
Morning's good. Is 10 o'clock?
Yeah, this time works well for me.
Oh, go on, Lauren.
This time works well for me.
Okay. Annie? Oh.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to keep it at 10:30 or can we move it to 10? Yes? 10 to 1? Okay. We have sort of rearranged the dates from what was, have you guys received what dates the distance sessions would be?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. As part of the assignment this week, we are going to send out a couple different changes that we made. We are still trying to keep them every other week, and with the exception of Mother's Day, because we're not sure if that, we don't want that to interfere with anyone. We do want to be creative partners and take everyone's life into consideration with this. So this week, as part of our assignments, we're going to give you the remaining 4 distance sessions that we have kind of put together, and that'll just be part of the assignments to confirm if they work or if they don't work. Okay? Cool.
We can put that on the weekly assignments.
Yep, that's what I said. Okay, does anyone have any questions? How are you guys feeling?
Honestly.
Okay, we're gonna, one way that we have we didn't get to our last little bit, but actually we'll just wait until next time. But you guys, to close out, how about we just go around and say one word or one phrase for how you are feeling right now. Okay, so.
Excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm feeling thankful.
Awesome.
I guess I'd say anticipation, because I'm anticipating just being there and getting it started. I guess that's a good one.
Awesome. I'm feeling grateful because I feel like you guys all have so many different experiences and like really positive mindset and everything. Oh, wait, I'll just say one word, grateful. Great day.
I'm going to go with that and say lucky as well. Lucky to have such a great group. It's really nice to meet everyone today. and we're both looking forward to continuing to work with everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm super excited. It's 1:30. We want to like hopefully stick with the agreement to end on time and not take away from your guys' time or waste any of your time. So we really appreciate being able to meet today. Super excited for upcoming assignments and the videos and getting to know you guys more. And feel free to reach out to either Nick or myself anytime with any questions that you have over the next couple weeks, okay?
Does anybody have any
Awesome.
questions?
Thank you very
before
much. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
No.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. Cool.